So what is the most terrifying planet we've discovered so far? That is what we are going to talk about today. I have found 5 of the worst planets. We are going to go through all of them and at the end pick the worst one. Let's go. And let's start with something that looks at first glance kind of familiar. About 64 light years from Earth, there's a planet called HD 189733b that shows up a deep, vivid blue when you look at it through a telescope. Same shade as Earth from space. And for a second, that's almost comforting. Like maybe this one is okay. Like maybe there's an ocean down there. There is no ocean. The blue color comes from silicate particles in its upper atmosphere. Silicates are what glass is made of, so the clouds on this planet aren't water, they're glass. The planet orbits its star once every 2 Earth days, close enough that one side is permanently locked facing the star at over 1,000 degrees Celsius. That heat drives winds across the atmosphere at over 8,700 kilometers per hour, 7 times the speed of sound, and those winds carry the glass particles sideways. Not down, sideways, in a continuous, planet-wide storm that never stops. If you were standing on the surface, the glass wouldn't fall on you. It would cut through you horizontally at supersonic speeds. Scientists actually described it as death by 1,000 cuts. This planet has been studied more than almost any other exoplanet we've found, and the more we look at it, the worse it gets. The atmosphere also smells like rotten eggs, by the way. So this beautiful blue planet rains glass and smells like a sewer, and we are just getting started. Next up is Korot 7b, and this one matters because HD 189733b is a gas giant, which means you could never actually stand on it. Korot 7b is a rocky planet, about 1.5 times the size of Earth, about 6 times the mass. When it was discovered in 2009, it was the first rocky planet ever confirmed outside our solar system. The first planet we ever found that you could theoretically put boots on. Researchers were genuinely excited. Then they figured out what it was actually like. Korot 7b sits 26 times closer to its star than Mercury is to the Sun. The day side faces that star permanently, it's tidally locked, the same way the moon always shows the same face to Earth, and temperatures there hit around 4,200 degrees Fahrenheit. That is hot enough to vaporize rock, skip melting entirely, go straight to vapor. The surface is a global ocean of lava. The only atmosphere this planet has is made of vaporized rock, sodium, silicon monoxide, iron vapor, magnesium. When a weather system moves through, those vapors cool slightly, condense into liquid, and rain back down as molten pebbles onto the lava below. Rock literally rains from the sky. The day side is a lava ocean being rained on by rocks. The night side drops to minus 369 degrees Fahrenheit, cold enough to flash freeze anything that wandered there. The same planet holds both extremes at once, separated by a thin strip of slightly less horrible in between. Scientists named this a whole new class of object. Lava ocean planets. Korot 7b was the first of them, and it earned the title immediately. So moving on, we have a planet that rains glass and a planet that rains rocks, and the next one rains iron. WASP 76b is about 640 light years away in the constellation Pisces. It's a gas giant roughly the size of Jupiter, and it orbits its star in 1.8 Earth days. That orbit is so close and so fast that the planet is tidally locked, one side permanently facing the star, one side permanently in darkness. The day side gets blasted with enough radiation to push temperatures above 4,350 degrees Fahrenheit. At that temperature, metals don't just melt, they evaporate. Iron turns into vapor and rises into the atmosphere on the day side, and then the winds catch it. Those winds carry iron vapor from the day side toward the night side, where it's slightly cooler, still around 2,700 degrees Fahrenheit, but cool enough for the iron vapor to condense. It forms clouds, and then it falls. Molten iron droplets raining down through the permanent night of the far side of the planet. The astronomer who led the study on this planet said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that the planet gets rainy in the evenings, except it rains iron. Just to underline how extreme this is, the iron on the day side is moving toward the night side at around 11,000 miles per hour. That's the wind speed carrying it. In 2024, scientists detected a phenomenon in WASP 76b's atmosphere called the glory effect, a set of concentric rings of light that form around a light source when it passes through clouds made of perfectly spherical droplets. On Earth, you see it in clouds of water. On WASP 76b, researchers think it might be forming in clouds of liquid iron, a rainbow made of iron, in a sky where iron rain is falling. This planet does not care about your comfort. Now, the fourth one is WASP 12b, and this one is a different kind of bad. The first 3 will kill you through their weather. WASP 12b will kill you by just existing. It's dying, and we're watching it happen. WASP 12b is a hot Jupiter about 600 light years away. It orbits its star in just over 1 Earth day, one of the tightest orbits of any planet ever found. And that closeness has consequences. The star's gravity isn't pulling on the planet evenly, it pulls harder on the side facing it, which stretches the planet outward. WASP 12b has been deformed into the shape of an egg. The tidal forces are so strong they're literally ripping material of the planet's atmosphere, and that material forms an accretion disk around the star, like the planet is slowly being consumed. Scientists calculate that in about 3 million years, WASP-12b will be gone entirely, pulled apart and absorbed into its star. The planet is in a death spiral and there is nothing that stops it. What makes this particularly unsettling is that the same process almost certainly happened to other planets in our galaxy. We are just catching this one in the exact moment in its history where it's still recognizable as a planet but already being eaten. The dayside temperature sits around 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The star is slowly pulling away layers of its atmosphere. The planet is losing mass it will never get back. Every single day it orbits, it is slightly less of a planet than it was the day before. And then, the last one on the list is Kelt 9b, and everything we've looked at so far is violent, extreme, and deadly. Kelt 9b goes further. It breaks the chemistry. It's about 670 light-years away, roughly 3 times the mass of Jupiter, and it orbits its star once every 36 hours. The star itself runs extremely hot, almost twice the mass of our Sun and nearly twice the temperature. Kelt 9b sits close enough to that star that its dayside temperature reaches 7,800 degrees Fahrenheit. For comparison, the surface of our Sun is about 10,000 degrees. Kelt 9b is closer to the temperature of a star than it is to any planet we've ever known. It's actually hotter than many stars in the galaxy, and at that temperature, molecules can't exist. Hydrogen, the most basic building block of gas, gets torn apart into individual atoms on the dayside. The heat literally rips the chemical bonds apart. Those atoms drift around to the night side, where it's slightly cooler, reform into molecules briefly, then get swept back to the dayside and torn apart again. An endless cycle of molecules being assembled and destroyed over and over, driven by the planet's rotation. On top of that, the planet is slowly evaporating. The radiation from its star is burning off its atmosphere, and Kelt 9b is thought to be trailing a comet-like tail of gas and dust behind it as it orbits. Kelt 9b is losing mass in a different way than WASP-12b. The atmosphere itself is being converted into a tail. Kelt 9b is a planet so hot that matter literally can't hold itself together, and it has been quietly doing this for as long as it's existed. So let's actually pick the worst one, because they each fail in a different way. HD 189733b would kill you through the weather. Glass rain, sonic winds, instant death. Corrode 7b would kill you through the surface itself. Lava, oceans, rock, rain, nowhere to stand. WASP-76b would kill you through the sky. Iron clouds, molten metal rain, endless night. WASP-12b would get you slowly, a planet being erased from the universe while we watch. But Kelt 9b is the one that genuinely sits differently. The others have extreme conditions. Kelt 9b has conditions so extreme that they break the rules of what a planet is supposed to be. A planet at some level is supposed to be a place, an object with chemistry, with structure, with a stable surface, or at least a stable atmosphere. Kelt 9b is hotter than most stars. Its atmosphere can't sustain molecules, its chemistry resets every few hours, it's vaporizing into space. And yet somehow it still exists, still orbits, still shows up in our data as a planet. It is the worst possible version of a planet. Something that technically fits the category, but has gone so far beyond every reasonable limit that calling it a planet almost feels generous. If you were somehow standing near it, the thing that would get you is that the universe simply never built this place with survival in mind, not even as an afterthought. That's Kelt 9b, the most terrifying planet we've found. If you want to go deeper on any of these, the atmospheric chemistry on Kelt 9b especially is genuinely fascinating in how wrong it is. There's a lot of good primary research out there, most of it through NASA's Exoplanet Archive. Every single one of them is on the confirmed list. They're out there right now, and there are over 5,000 more